Well, I think one of the most important things that we have is the Commonwealth as a family has been able to assist each other to act as a buffer, because although it's not a traditional trading bloc, you know, Dan, that it's been an incredible opportunity for people to enhance intra-Commonwealth trade. Commonwealth combined GDP is about 14.2 trillion. That was back in 2022, but it's grown. We've got the GDP is projected to reach about 20 trillion by 2029, and we've got a 21% trading advantage because of the similarities between Commonwealth countries. We have the same rule of law, we have the same parliamentary structure, the same institutions, the same language, and that gives us a level of interoperability which has driven intra-Commonwealth trade. It was a record high in 2022 of 854 billion, with FDI flows around 172 billion. But we reckon today that inter-Commonwealth trade is about 950 billion, and it's likely to be 1 trillion by next year and 2 trillion by 2030. So this is a really important stabilizer. And the issue for the Commonwealth is, of course, that we're not a treaty-bound body. We're committed to free trade, and we work on our values. And that has really meant that we've been able to cushion each other and understand that there's a huge opportunity for us to grow trade, which is critical if we're going to deliver on the Sustainable Development Goals, if we're going to drive things like anti-corruption and make sure that we are better able to meet the needs of our people. So it's never been more important that this family of nations can work together constructively in a time of real flux and tension and difficulty. So I think there's a number of people have said to me, if we didn't have the Commonwealth, we'd have to create it. And so I'm really glad that we're here to support all our members, all our 56 members, in this very difficult time.
Indeed. And Madam Secretary General, of course, you've seen the news, an escalation in trade tensions with tariffs between the United States and China. You've just come back from CHOGM in Samoa. Do you think this makes those Commonwealth-led trade agreements even more critical?
I think it does because, the Commonwealth has been very practical, very pragmatic. Look at what we've done in relation to growing the trade in relation to AI. We reckon, the World Bank and others reckon, we're going to have about 15.7 trillion added to the global economy as a result of AI-assisted growth. Now, we need to make sure that that is available to all members, not just some of our members. If you look at what we've done in relation to coming up with a Commonwealth model law in relation to digital assets. So that will help the interoperability, help the understanding. This opportunity for us to come together, to talk together as a whole family, 5 regions, as you know, Dan, small ones, big ones, landlocked ones, island states, but all with the same equal voice, being able to sit around the same table, look at the issues that face us, and then say, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to make sure that we feed our people, that we make sure that they're healthy? Look at what happened during COVID. We stuck together, and I think there's never been a moment in our history where friendship, understanding,
Indeed,
and support has been more needed. And you saw that when we did the ministers' meeting, the trade ministers' meeting, where all the ministers said, free trade is something which is fundamental to all of us.